Is it that top 5 time?
I think so. We are at 49 minutes.
Holy Toledo. All right. Now, believe it or not, this was a fun one for me because you, my dear sweet beans, pointed out that we have not done, and this surprised me, a top 5 comic book teams.
It's true.
That's wild. We have done many a top 5 in many a pod, but not once have we said, here are the top 5 teams. Now, here's what I think will be fun about this exercise. There's so many teams to choose from.
Too many.
Too many.
Too many.
Too many is there are variations of this particular theme that we will certainly lean into on future pods, top 5s. But for today, we are sticking with our personal favorite teams in comics. So just as a reminder, we are not saying or suggesting that these are ranked in order of ours.
Yes, we are.
Or how they would beat another team.
My number 1 would beat everybody.
Okay, well, Riley's number 1 is right there. These are our favorites. These are the teams that we enjoy and love the most. So take that for whatever you will. Caveats aside.
And whatever your top 5 is, it's wrong. And deal with it.
Therefore, Beans, you go first.
By the way, I will say this is probably one of the hardest top 5s I've had to do.
No doubt.
Easily one of the hardest top 5s because there are a ton of teams. When I came up with this, I was like curious. I was like, well, you have your 3 in your head, and then all of a sudden 4 or 5 hits, oh.
Yeah.
So, number 5 for me, I have the Justice League. And I think the original roster, I got the Justice League at 5. Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Flash.
I'm so excited for the rest of your list.
Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter. I'll even throw Aquaman in there because Aquaman's grown on me.
He's in there.
From the Justice League I grew up with, I'm probably more partial to that roster.
Yep.
Here's the kind of the cop-out with the Justice League. Literally every DC hero joins the Justice League. There are not like 10 different there's not like 10 different superhero teams. There is the Justice League, and then there's everybody's individual families.
Yep.
And that's how it goes.
Yep.
So you have Justice League, and then you have Green Lantern Corps, the Flash family, the island of Themyscira. So there are just a lot of cool characters, right? You have obviously your core, and I still think out of your core, there have been characters that have not gotten the screen time and justice that they deserve outside of the Trinity. Again, Green Lantern has been done dirty. The Flash has been done dirty. We have gotten jack crap for Martian Manhunter. And out of these 4, if you would have told me this is the one that got the best treatment, it was Aquaman by a mile.
Truly.
Wild.
Truly. Yeah.
Wild times.
Yeah.
But then you even get into the lower tiers. Like when Justice League, the animated series, went into Justice League Unlimited, that's when you're getting your Wildcats. Your Green... Captain Adam. Shazam. Green Arrow, by the way. Thor. We can keep going because, again, it's literally
to choose from. Just
everybody.
Yeah.
But just for that core 7 and as different as they are and how well they work together, I really enjoy the Justice League. So the Justice League is my number 5.
Cannot wait to hear what your number 1 is after that drop. That's incredible. All right. My number 5 is the Bat Family. This is a relatively new group. Okay. And a little bit of a fudgery here because by no means does Bruce Wayne, for example, go around saying Bat Family engage or anything like that. You know what I mean?
He should.
Maybe.
Where's the Bat Family?
Where's my family?
Son number 1. Son number 2.
This is more of a unofficially official group that has become an absolute delight to spend time with in the comics. And as with many of these groups, there is a lot of potential for the movies to lean into these ideas and these concepts and these characters. But starting with the core of Batman and really Alfred, who has finally, here's why this works. Alfred has finally gotten through the Batman of, dude, you can't be alone. He's broken through. Even if Batman won't admit it
Still won't.
Very often, if at all, or very begrudgingly.
So be like,
his actions speak volumes. He's going, you know what? Jason, Damian, Dick, all right, Cassandra, Tim, so on and so forth. Like, let's partner up. Let's do this. Let's hang out more often. Let's battle. Stephanie, come on in. Let's do this. Barbara, sure. It's grown. It's happened organically. And somehow, this is the part that's a little bizarre to me, and I'm not even sure I can explain it, even though there is a lot of overlap. For example, boy, most of these folks have been Robin before. So the skill sets on the one hand are similar or more similar than dissimilar. There's enough distinction between each individual character that just like any good, compelling family, they're able to bring something distinct and unique to the table that makes it valuable for them to be there. And after so many years of Batman YOLOing, soloing it, okay, maybe with a Robin here and there, but then, going solo again, it's truly a breath of fresh air to see Batman partnered up, at times begrudgingly, he's still the biggest stinker in the family, quite frankly. Okay, Damian gives him a run for his money, but I digress. It's really rewarding to see the group come together.
Well, and you think about how easily it could have been for each Robin to be very similar or the same when it comes to personality. Yes. And each one is very distinct. Dick is the one who turned out the best somehow. Yep. Jason turned out the worst. Yep, little, and has a lot of anger issues.
Still a little rough around the edge.
Exact opposite of Dick. Yep. And then you have Tim, who's like the genius. Mm-hmm. And then you have the exact opposite of him in Damian. Mm-hmm. So they just go from one extreme to the other, and it works fantastic when they're together. Yep. So, yeah, you gotta love the Bat. There's 3 Batgirls. There's a Batwoman. You have the Signal now because the Bat Signal needed an actual representative for it. You could even make the argument. Well, not the argument. Azrael was a part of that for a little bit. Yeah. I believe Clayface had a little stint with the Bat family before he went batshit crazy again. Yeah. So.
Yep, that remains the weirdest.
I love it personally. Group, because it just shows Batman actually cares about trying to redeem his villains. Yep. So, but yeah, no, Bat Family, badass.
Yeah, fun group. Staying with the family theme, my number 4 is the Fantastic Four. This is not a group that I would have had anywhere near my top 5 as recently as a year ago. But holy Toledo, that run was so compelling. And I've talked about it so many times on this pod. I won't belabor the point, but what a phenomenal group. Again, in the sense of you have these 4 distinctly separate individuals. I think the introduction for me as a dad, I wouldn't have appreciated this probably before becoming a dad. But now that I am a dad, seeing the kids and their involvement, and it's legitimate because Franklin and Valeria are powerhouses in their own right, and they help reveal different fascinating elements of their parents' and uncles' characters. It's such a great group to spend time with. Their adventures are wild. They range from the street level to the cosmic to everything in between. And the whole time, they stay together in spite of some genuine challenges and conflicts that go with it. So the Fantastic Four is my number 4. Your number 4, sir.
My number 4, we're kicking into the villain side of things. Ooh, I have the team that sits right behind you, the Sinister Six, at my number 4 slot. When these guys were introduced, they kicked the shit out of Spider-Man. It was bad.
Not fair.
At this point in time, Spider-Man had been owning them left and right individually. And then Doc Ock comes along. Not Green Goblin, mind you. Doc Ock comes along and forms the team of Sandman, Electro, Mysterio, Vulture, Craven. I'm missing one. Nope, Doc Ock, I said originally. No, we're good. I was looking at that, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes. So, to not have a Green Goblin, Venom obviously wasn't around at this time. Right. To have that be your core, and they run his clock out. I love the elevation of Doc Ock in the Sinister Six because he becomes more of a threat with this because he's now leading this massive group. Right, Sandman on his own right should be not having any troubles with Spider-Man. Electro, a guy who is literally living electricity, should not have any issues with Spider-Man. Spider-Man handling business. So to have him get overwhelmed like that and then have to get creative on defeating them. Like whenever the Sinister Six comes to play, and there have been different iterations over the years, you just know like, oh, this is about to get real rough real quick. So that's my number 4.
Great. Good pull. Way to bring the villains into the group.
My number 3, I'm saying in the villain realm, this is going to be surprising for you maybe. I have the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse.
Nice. Okay, nice.
Because I love the upgrades that those characters get regardless. Angel is obviously the first one you think of because he is the original, loses his powers, becomes Archangel, becomes a scary badass. Which, by the way, Angel needed an upgrade. All right? He was too pretty. After this, you're like, oh, he can handle himself.
A little bit tougher.
Right. Gambit has been one of the horsemen. Wolverine has been a horseman. You've had the Hulk as a horseman. There have been other iterations as well with Moon Knight and Deadpool. You can make whoever you want. It's just Apocalypse's mindset of, I don't care like if you are a mutant or not. It is the strongest. And if I think I can use you and up you to pretty much godhood at this point, let's do it. It does not matter who gets that mantle. They are always more badass as a horseman. And Apocalypse obviously leading this group. I spoke on this earlier in the pod, how Apocalypse is one of the villains I want to get revamped. Please. This is the guy. I love Apocalypse. He's always a threat. There have been different universes where he takes over and rules over everyone else. And it's not good, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there too. So yes, as soon as they hit that screen, again, that's what I'm thinking of. You're like, oh no. Pants pooped in.
One of the coolest elements of Apocalypse and most unique elements of his character is his ability to enhance his horsemen. Right? Galactus is probably the closest common thread there where he is able to imbue his heralds with the power cosmic, but those are the only 2 villains that spring to my mind where they have the ability to bestow additional power and enhancements upon those that, if you want to call them their minions or those that work for them, right? That to me is a really neat element. Like Thanos, for example, and his Black Order, like they're just the Black Order, right? They don't have enhancements that Thanos has been able to bestow upon them. And I think that's just one of the neatest things about our guy Apocalypse.
Well, and Apocalypse has so many powers, but yes, again, outside of that, you think of characters that might just tech upgrade some other people, or help them out in the short term. That gives them a little bit of a boost. When you're getting boosted by Apocalypse, you are getting boosted.
You are genuinely boosted.
You are leagues ahead of where you were. Some of these guys just get crazy power boosts. So, that's a threat. That's terrifying. So that's my number 3.
I love that. Great. My number 3 is the Avengers. They could easily be higher. The thing that drives me a little nuts with the Avengers at times, because I do genuinely enjoy them, where I get weary at times is they have spent too much time, in my opinion, fighting against each other. It's like, knock it off. Okay? Stop it. They create these weird off branches of, the Illuminati, and now we're trying to control other random crap. And we pissed off the Hulk, and now he's fighting everybody. That's great. Let's have a civil war. Let's have all these. It just gets wearisome. It's like, listen, just keep leaning into the villains, like the actual villains. And that is something that our guy, hello, sir, Mr. Hickman, did so freaking well in his run on the Avengers is he didn't dink around too much with Avengers fighting Avengers. A little bit of that in there because it's the Avengers after all, but it was a lot of, hey, villains for the Avengers to battle. So the Avengers are a core, like, I don't need to spend a ton of time talking about that group other than I enjoy the cosmic nature that their battles tend to take. And they do have some phenomenal villains to go up against. I mean, Ultron, come on. So much fun.
Ultron's
so much
sick.
Fun. Thanos is a blast. It's just great. So the Avengers are my number 3. My number 2, the Green Lantern Corps. I love the comics of the Green Lantern Corps. For my money, if you're going to get into comics, you could lean into the Green Lantern Corps run written by Jeff Johns in the, mid to late 2000s, and you would not regret a moment of your time diving into those comics. They are so freaking tremendous. It centers around Hal Jordan, but there is a ton of John Stewart and Guy Gardner and Kyle Rayner mixed in there as well to really enjoy. It's its own world. Like, yeah, they're involved. They help out on planet Earth, but they are literally over the entire universe. And so the scale and scope of what they're covering is just tremendous. And it's such a diverse group that, for me, the reason this group is ranked so high is the comics that I've read, holy smokes, has the Green Lantern Corps embodied just some of the best stories and sagas and character development. So that's why, for me, they are at number 2. Riles, you're number 2.
I can see why you're so insulted by my number 5 because I know exactly where you're going. My number 2, I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh!
Listen, these guys, in their own weird way, have become a template for other teams. When you think of the 4 different personalities, you can use that template and it always works. Right? You have the brainiac, you have the leader, you have the one with the anger issues, and you have the comedic relief. Okay, you just do. Mm-hmm. And they work so well together. Yep. And whenever you get a combination of 2 of them, like each one of their dynamics is very different. Yep. And it's very fresh. Yep. And the way that they are able to work together consistently across the board, they're one of the best teams in comics. It's hard to beat them. By the way, their villain roster, fantastic. Whether it is a mutant or human or alien, they have gone up against pretty much everything that you could think of, and they come out on top. Right. So I got the Ninja Turtles at number 2.
I love that. It's a great number 2. Right.
It's a fantastic number 2. All right. My number 1, and this might be a little surprising for you. I have the X-Men.
Okay.
I think overall, the X-Men. First of all, their roster, yes, very deep.
Oh.
But you can't go wrong with any of it. Yep. Right? Whether it is that first iteration of Iceman, Cyclops, Beast. We look at Beast's evolution in general, going from some dude with just very large feet to like...
He needed an upgrade.
Correct.
That really wasn't fair what they started him out with.
To a blue, furry monstrosity, depending on who's drawing Beast. Yep. Because sometimes they lean more on the human side, and sometimes they lean full in on this dude is a monster.
Yep.
And the amount of time that they have taken with power levels amongst mutants, like when you hear an Omega level, you're like, oh. Now, do they go a little bit overboard with telepaths?
Sure.
And that's not even up for debate. Yep. They go way over the top with telepaths to a point where you could have two teams of telepaths and get through the day.
A little out of hand.
But then you go even to like the second big iteration where they're, instead of staying in the United States, you have a global team. You have Nightcrawler out of Germany. You have Colossus out of Russia. Storm out of Africa. Wolverine out of Canada. Like, you have this, it goes from mutants being very small scale to, we can find a mutant anywhere. It does not have to be the United States of America where we can find mutants. All of their villains are awesome. Magneto is easily in the Mount Rushmore of villains. It's not even close. And he's even had his little anti-hero runs, which, fine, whatever. Again, that's the X-Men. Villains turn good. and then they turn bad again. And same with the heroes. They go bad for a little bit and then they go good again.
Yeah.
Just to have all that. They have also gotten cosmic as well when they want to.
Yeah.
The X-Men at their core. Again, I also just love the cop-out of with their powers. It's just like, oh, they're a mutant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need an origin for everybody.
Right.
You can just their mutant powers took over at 12, and you're like, okay.
Mm.
I don't need a radioactive spider or to get caught up in a bomb. I just inherited superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it simple as possible.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you have your breakout, and that's a little different for when the powers first manifest. But there's just so much variety you can do with the X-Men to, we talked about earlier Marvel's struggles of keeping their heroes fresh. Mm-hmm. The X-Men, you can keep fresh forever. And if there is a core roster you want to keep together, guess what? They make an offshoot. I think of the X-Force. What a badass offshoot of the X-Men the X-Force is. So X-Men easily my number one.
Well, and you talked easily too about, taking on the mantle, right? There is generational opportunity within the X-Men where you have an iteration of the team. This isn't the right phrase, but I'll use it anyway. They age out. It's like, great, here comes that next wave, right? Mm-hmm. Of X-Men that can take that mantle. There might be some intermingling of the teams, or there can be some mentor to mentee relationship. Like, that's a really unique thing that the X-Men has been able to get pretty consistently right over the years.
Well, and what's fantastic about that too is, yes, you're right. They're able to jump in and get a new fresh roster. Yep. No one has the pressure of outside of X-23. And even then, I don't think she has the pressure to be the next Wolverine. Right. Nobody is pressured into taking up the mantle. It is the pressure of, I'm an X-Men now.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
So the pressure is a being of that team. They are a team to their core.
You have to be Cyclops. Like, no, you're in the team. You can be your own individual skill set and
in fact, we encourage it because that gives us more utility with you than if we have, again, 15 telepaths. What's the point? So
they all cancel each other out, I guess.
Think about all the different X-Men that, we'll just say super strength off the top of my head. Yeah. Yet it's still a variation, and there's enough difference where you could have them on there and they do fill that role, but they are still very different and can do different things with their role.
Right.
So there you go.
That's great.
My number one.
That's a beautiful number one. My number one is the Justice League.
I see.
100%. You saw it coming.
Use my noggin.
Listen, I freaking love the Justice League. I do. Have forever. Grant Morrison's Justice League of America run, again, early to mid 2000s is when that kicked off. He's such a beautiful, classic representation of the characters. And here's what, for whatever reason, I've appreciated about the characters as much as any other element. There are plenty of opportunities for them to break apart, to not work together, or battle each other. And they are aware of it, and they consistently choose to work together in spite of the tensions and conflicts that exist within the group. In a lot of ways, it shouldn't work. It shouldn't work that you have an Amazonian, Kryptonian, a legitimate Martian, just a human being, right? The dude that talks to fish. It's a weird grouping, but because they are intentional about wanting to work together, I'm sorry, I forgot the Flash, but since they are intentional about wanting to work together, they continue to seek out ways to bring the best out in one another. And I enjoy that. There is some inner conflict, sure, but they keep that to an absolute freaking minimum. And instead, it's more about, hey, there's some serious bad dudes that we need to take down, and we can only do that or do it best together. So for me, hey, call me basic if you want. I don't care. I love them. The Justice League, my number one.
There you go.
There you go.